Prepare yourself for a cinematic experience that defies the laws of logic, coherence, and good taste. Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever is a film that manages to reach new depths of cinematic disaster, making audiences question their very sanity. Director Kaos, aptly named, unleashed this abomination upon unsuspecting moviegoers, leaving them scarred and bewildered. Strap in, folks, because this review will expose the sheer ludicrousness of Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever and why it should be avoided at all costs. Plot: imagine a film where even a labyrinth rat would get lost. Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever attempts to follow a plot, but it fails so miserably that it becomes an exercise in futility. The story revolves around two secret agents, Ecks and Sever, who find themselves pitted against each other. But even after watching this debacle, it remains a mystery as to why. The plot holes are so vast that they could swallow an entire fleet of battleships. Characters come and go with little explanation, leaving audiences scratching their heads and desperately searching for a shred of coherence. Acting: if you're looking for Oscar-worthy performances, you've come to the wrong place. The cast of Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever delivers performances that are so cringe-inducing, they make you question whether they received any acting lessons at all. Antonio Banderas, a talented actor, sleepwalks through his role as Agent X, displaying all the emotional depth of a cardboard cutout. Meanwhile, Lucy Liu seems to have mistaken this film for a yoga class, contorting her face into a permanent scowl that makes even the most hardened criminals tremble with fear. It's as if the actors themselves realized the hopelessness of their situation and gave up trying halfway through. Dialogue: prepare to be assaulted by a barrage of cliches, one-liners, and nonsensical jargon. The dialogue in Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever reaches such levels of banality that it could make even the most hardened action movie fan cringe. It's as if the scriptwriters used a random action movie generator, throwing in tired phrases and nonsensical technobabble in a desperate attempt to fill the void left by a complete absence of wit or intelligence. Watching this film is like being subjected to an endless loop of the world's worst action movie catchphrases. Action sequences: you would think that a film with the word ballistic in its title would excel in the action department. Well, think again. Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever manages to drain all excitement and thrill from its action sequences, leaving audiences bored and unimpressed. The camera work is so shaky and chaotic that it feels like the cameraman had won too many cups of coffee before shooting. Combine this with incomprehensible editing, and you have a recipe for visual nausea. The result is action sequences that are more likely to induce a headache than an adrenaline rush. Special effects: in a world where visual effects have reached new heights of brilliance, Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever manages to single-handedly set them back by a decade. The CGI is so laughably bad that it's almost impressive. From poorly rendered explosions to laughable bullet time effects, it's as if the filmmakers found a way to transform state-of-the-art technology into a punchline. The special effects are so abysmal that you'll find yourself yearning for the days of practical effects and rubber monsters. Conclusion: Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever is a cinematic catastrophe of epic proportions. It defies all laws of good filmmaking, leaving audiences dumbfounded and questioning the existence of justice in the world. From its non-existent plot to its abysmal acting and mind-numbing dialogue, this film represents a new low in the action movie genre. Avoid it like the plague if you value your sanity, your time, and your taste in movies. Life is too short to subject oneself to such mindless drivel. Thank you for watching my boring review. See you next week.